Alright. So here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. What's up? I'm Crash, and this is Gex Enter the Gecko 100%, or Gex2, if you will. It's a shorter name, much less to say. We're off to a great start, already falling out of the media dimension. Okay, this is some terrible movement, but hopefully that won't last. So, the goal of this run is to collect 39 red remotes, 28 silver remotes, and 13 gold remotes. Each level has 1 to 3 red remotes. Each main level has, well, at least 1 to 3 red remotes, but also 2 silver remotes. One is hidden in the level, and the other you get by collecting 120 collectibles, and they come in tiers. 30 of the first tier, 40 of the second tier, and 50 of the third tier. This area right here, the things that fall down on you kind of read where you're going, so it's best not to really tail kick all over the place, but you do want to do that in order to go fast. Tail kicking is the fastest way to move in the game, so I'm going to be doing that mostly. But anyway, 3 silver remotes will unlock a bonus level, and bonus levels and bosses will give you gold remotes. So there's the first silver remote of the run. So I'm taking a safe route for this reward remote. The fastest route has a frame-perfect TV cancel, and on top of that, the game can crash. If I don't know if it's consistent or if it's just random. I don't want to ledge grab, please, game. Oh, what is going on? Okay. I don't know what is going on right now. Just getting the rust out. I did this at another marathon pretty recently, so I shouldn't be making these dumb mistakes. So you can see there are all these mushrooms and other things around the level, which contain collectibles. What's important with those and a lot of the enemies is to tail bounce on them, so you can just immediately get their collectibles. That's one thing that's different between this and the N64 version is that in order to get collectibles in the N64 version, you have to wait for them to actually hit the ground, which is really annoying. If you didn't know by now, this game's also on N64. We separate the two consoles into different categories. There's enough variables and differences to warrant this. The PS1 version is superior, though. It has more content. It's nowhere near as laggy. The only thing that the N64 version has over this is that you can actually turn off the voices in that version to save time. Whereas in this version, you might have noticed that there is a bid war for Gex 3 to leave the voices on, but not for this game. That is because while you can turn off the voices, it doesn't actually save time because Gex will still pause when going through a TV to say something. Yeah, I'm 1 short collectibles. That's not too bad. Off to a great start. Alright, finishing up the reward remote and the first red remote as well. Jump to the teetering rock. This level's called Out of Tune, by the way. It's obviously based on cartoons like Looney Tunes and whatnot. That's kind of the theme of this game, is that every level is rooted in some sort of TV or movie genre parody. So you'll see a couple of different themes reused throughout the game. Themes, ha ha ha, I'm so funny. That wasn't intentional, by the way, I just kind of caught it as I said it. So that fast route I mentioned saves like 45 seconds in this category. But again, it's not marathon safe. I will be going for much more risky routes that aren't marathon safe later on, though, because those don't have the risk of crashing the game.
Mine, this is mine.
So this next remote, we're gonna kill these 2 Elmer Fudd-looking guys. They have kind of different hitboxes. This guy, I can't hit immediately after. I kind of have to tail whip at first, and by the way, you have to watch them die in order for their deaths to register. So I just kind of point the camera back at him while I walk away, but the ledge grab slowed me down. Whereas this guy, I can just hit him immediately after, I don't have to jump or anything. Anyway, another minor skip coming up. As soon as it recognizes Gex landing on that button, I can just pause and exit. And that saves a few seconds. So one more remote. So we saw those purple mushrooms, now we just gotta whack all 5 of them. It's a very simple, straightforward remote. Nothing special going on here. There is one little glitch at the end I'm gonna try to go for.
Note to self, don't drink tap water at Jerry Garcia's.
Alright, I got it. When I tail whip on that rainbow bridge after hitting the final mushroom, it gives me some sort of wrong warp or whatever.
Ah, that's great. Why don't you get back on the can of Kuma?
Alright, so that was really bad, but baby steps. You know, there's another 2 hours left in this run, so maybe the rest will go well. But this is one of those categories where things can go just disastrously. Alright, I didn't fall out of the media dimension that time, so this is a horror-themed level, Screen TV, as you saw. It's called Smell Razor, because haha, it smells. And it's spooky, and I guess spooky things smell. Now, I'm also going to tackle the reward remote first. One cliche you will see constantly throughout these levels, these Screen TV levels, is floating furniture. Anyway, this fly right here, this is going to be introduction of power-ups, and I missed a whole bunch of collectibles. Should be fine, though. But, there are fireflies and ice flies hidden littered throughout the game, and they make you run faster and jump higher. That skip is really not hard. Also, I can't jump, apparently. Tail whip that pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, whatever, because I don't want to lose my fly. I'm not swallowing the fly yet, by the way, because this next room coming up has water in it, and if I touch the water with the firefly active, then I will lose the power-up. Here's the water right here. The game actually does have physics, so I'll swallow it right now. Oops. These Chucky dolls will also appear throughout the level. They are very important because they give 9 collectibles in total. Very useful. I can get that collectible I missed on my way out of here. This Firefly will also make this tail kick possible. In the N64 version you don't need the Firefly, but in this one you do need it. I don't need that. I don't know why I got the life. Probably just any % muscle memory. I ran out of the Firefly before I could lose it by touching the water. That's really sad. Alright, low on collectibles, so I gotta kinda go here. Come on, get one of these. Thank you. Alright. So that's Smash 5 blood coolers as well as your reward remote.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Alright, and that's the first bonus level unlocked. I'll get to that after the first boss.
It's tail time.
Like I said, free silver remotes will unlock one. Anyway, next I'm gonna be riding the haunted elevator. because, you know, horror movies, haunted, spoopy. It's a very spoopy elevator indeed, and you'll see why when we get to it. Some say that it's so spoopy, it doesn't even exist. Flick that switch to actually activate it, and it's so spoopy that it just has a copy of the Mona Lisa sitting in it. That's how you know it's top-tier horror. Anyway, gotta sit for that cutscene. I think there is a way to skip it, but we don't know exactly how. Might be completely wrong, also.
Who forgot to pay the gravity bill?
Okay, game. Alright, so if I pan my camera facing Gex as I walk into the elevator, he'll just walk right out. So the reason that happens is because developers didn't think you would ever pull that off, so they just made it so Gex is forced to walk forward rather. So you can just take advantage of that, and he will walk right out the elevator. Hello, Kia. How are you? Alright, one more remote. It's the most basic remote of this level. Just survive the haunted mansion. It's not particularly hard, so it's more of a... I don't know what you could say. Just more of a nuisance, really, because it's not really hard to survive. It's just kind of there. But, you know, they say it's haunted, so, you know, you don't want to question video game logic. Oh, I thought I had that. Okay. Wall's blocking me. Whoa, camera. The camera, as you see here, is very infamous.
For me? You shouldn't have.
Has a legacy of its own, and rightfully so, because it really is a terrible camera. That's Smellraiser. Up next is the first boss, the Tiki Brothers, or Gillick Exile, whatever you want to call it. It says Gillick Exile right there, but they are known as the Tiki Brothers. Didn't notice it was me. Who else runs these categories on Twitch TV? The only other person that doesn't even stream. I posted about it in the Discord, I guess you didn't see. But anyway, I'm gonna go for one cycle here. This boss is really straightforward. They just shoot fireballs at you, and you gotta hit the blue ones back at them. Very simple. Oh yeah, the media dimension music. I guess it's just a 1.0 thing, but all of the instruments are replaced with like random sound effects and whatnot. I don't know what else to explain it with. But anyway, first bonus level. This one's called Aztec Two-Step. It's kind of an Indiana Jones themed level, I guess. The goal of these bonus levels is to collect all of the collectibles in the time and then collect the gold remote at the end. So some interesting routing goes into these.
Four on the floor, baby.
So, the collectibles in this room are locked behind these doors, which gotta land on these switches to unlock them. Hit the wrong switch there. So I just go to the switches immediately, and then go in through the doors because they take a long time to open.
And hit your pedal collectibles are the middle, get your 10-10 on the side.
Alright, when you get all the collectibles, you get an extra life, and the reward remote appears. Well, not reward remote, although I guess it is reward, but the gold remote. I cannot talk tonight. That's Aztec 2-step. Alright. Up next is another Screen TV level. This one's called Frankensteinfeld, and this is going to be the introduction of a trick called TV canceling. This trick kind of defines these games as a speedrun. It's a way of grabbing the remote in the level without being forced out of it, and in this category, as well as Gex 300%, the TV cancels are intertwined within the routes of the reward remote. So, I want all the collectibles up there, but that's fine. Not too big of an issue. So I'm gonna go for a 1 cycle in this level.
Flame on!
I'm missing a lot of collectibles.
I am the god of hellfire.
It's okay.
Hail time! Yes! Flame on! It's hail time.
Come on, Gex. Don't drop my momentum like that. Alright, first TV cancel. Alright, saw there, I tail whipped right before landing on the button and allowed me to move around and just fall out of the level and kill myself. So I'm back at the beginning, grab the remote, all my collectibles are still here, and I'm going to do it with the next remote as well. Not going to go for this tail kick, it's actually pretty precise. Oh! What? Okay, didn't give me my tail kick. Thanks, game. What? That was my fault, actually, because I pressed X just a tad too early. Okay, play it safe. I will be fair, this level is kind of daunting in marathons, just because it's really not hard, but if I fail the TV cancels, it does lose quite a bit of time.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Alright, so I'm gonna go for a remote called Stick to the Ceiling Maze. And you're not gonna see a ceiling maze because we skip it. What I can do is just go here, and then do this tail kick, and I'm right at the ending section of Stick to the Ceiling Maze. Alright, I got both TV cancels. So, pretty much all pressure is off now. And, getting the Firefly is not faster for this remote, at least in any percent. Does make that jump a lot harder, though. So I gotta go the intended way. Oh, thanks. That's okay, this Chucky doll here has plenty of collectibles.
Slip of the tongue.
Alright, that's the reward remote. Also, I'm an idiot. I forgot something incredibly important. Should be the only thing I forget. The hidden remote. I usually don't forget things in this category. It's only Gex 300% that I forget things. Oh god. Oh god, okay. I almost died there. Because I tried tail kicking too close to the fence. Alright, and that's Frankensteinfeld. I mean, Reese did a trifecta. We just, that is a thing, we just don't call it 300%. Just call it Trilogy 100%. I'm used to calling them trifectas, though. Anyway, unlocked the second bonus level, which I won't get to until near the end of the run, actually. But also the second boss, which I'm going to tackle now. Is Mushu Pork. He's kind of some sort of weird cow-pig hybrid. Also has a minor skip to this boss as well. Oh, I always forget that he does that on the first phase. Or rather, not that, but because I'm too close to getting here. I always forget about that, but that's what I mean. He'll chase back after you, and you get to save a decent amount of time. Last hit, now these little pools of acid, I guess is what they are. Come on, Mushu, follow me, thank you. But now these little pools of acid are exposed for you to fall into. That's Mushu Pork, though. It was really slow, but oh well. And that'll open up the third area of the media dimension, which I'm going to go to and complete all the main levels there. Interestingly enough, all the main levels here only have 2 red remotes. The first one is another Toon TV level. It's called Fine Tuning. And as a kid, I was always really fond of this level. Probably because it had this really large, vast section that you're supposed to go through for both remotes. But even as a kid, especially playing the N64 version growing up, I knew of a little something. By the way, these flowers love to try and hit you with their hammer.
They call him Flipper, Flipper.
Where's the other prominent areas? Okay. This mushroom. And that's it. We skipped that entire section just with a simple tail kick. It's pretty difficult in this version, but it's completely free in the N64 version. Yeah, I go for the TV cancel here every time.
It's tail time.
It's one of the easier TV cancels in the run.
I am the god of
So I get both the fireflies here, because after this rocket ride, I'm gonna touch some water. Because there's quite a bit of collectibles down here, with all these piranhas. I could actually get them. Get away from the block so I can hit you. Should probably just tail whip them, honestly. But that's less than optimal. I'm gonna get these cans here. Just in case. Don't need them, but they are there. They're pretty quick to grab. Especially with the next section coming up, and how it can go wrong, and it will be pretty bad if it does. Alright.
Someone yell cut. Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, Gex likes to interact with his surroundings.
Is it just me, or
Just
am
kind
I
of
in
neat.
Golden
Okay,
Flag?
camera, please behave here, because this section is really annoying. So, you see me messing around with the camera a lot, because all these collectibles here, if they go off camera, they will despawn, as you just saw there. So I take it pretty slow as well. Really, game?
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
So here is that TV cancel coming up. Come on, Gex, please get up there. Oh, okay. That's cool. Gotta fail at least one TV cancel. Yeah, in the European version, Gex is actually voiced by a different person in each game. So in the first version, he's still voiced by Dana Gould, who also does the voices in all versions of the US releases. He was a comedian and was a writer of The Simpsons. I guess the creators just really like The Simpsons, so they hired him. But in Gex 2, in Europe, he's voiced by Leslie Phillips. And in Gex Free, he's voiced by Danny John Jules. And I actually kind of like Danny John Jules' role as Gex, because he makes Gex sound like a jive black guy. And I find that kind of amusing. But you know, I'm a dirty American, so, you know, Dana Gould is in my heart. Alright, so up next, it's a Space Fiend level, the Rocket Channel. It's called The Umpire Strikes Out. And yeah, as much as I find Danny John Jules' Gex amusing, it just doesn't feel the same. Oh. This is... Yeah, that was awkward, but it worked out. Trying to go fast, and the game wouldn't let me.
Beat me into an Ivy League sorority house. Alright, it's your time.
Getting all these collectibles here. Get the air, please. Yeah, this game, this level, the Rocket Channel levels, have air mechanics, where you have to constantly refill your air, which in a casual playthrough is kind of annoying, but they actually let you pull off a TV cancel. It's another form of TV canceling called deaf TV canceling, where you die above the button, and your corpse falls onto it. I don't need the air because I'm going to deaf abuse right in a bit. Alright, little deaf abuse to skip the animation. I'm sent back here anyway, even if I enter that little portal. And I'm going to go for a really tough skip coming up. I'm gonna get some more collectibles just to be safe. That just really fucked with the cycles, okay. So yeah, this cycle is camera-based. It's been a while since I've manipulated it, and when I did it was 80%, so... yeah. Okay, so here comes the really hard skip. Normally you're supposed to ride this rocket. The mission is even named after it, but with an incredibly precise tail kick, you can skip it. Okay. This TV cancel is going to be really slow, but that's okay. Better safe than sorry. It's funny, I say better safe than sorry immediately after doing one of the hardest skips in the game. Two of those collectibles disappeared. Nice. Anyway, here's the TV cancel. Gotta wait for my air to run out. See the camera spaz out here because of what's in front of it. Alright. It's the only example of deaf TV canceling you'll see in this run. This and the other ones in the other Rocket Channel. Just in these levels, though. Oops. I'm really over collectible, but again, better safe than sorry. Oh, man, skip damage by tail whipping there. These little rings you see here, you can actually skip taking damage on them if your placement around them is really precise. Don't really know exactly where now. Don't need those.
Forget about it.
Actually, I'm under collectible. Wait. Yeah, I'm not thinking. Oops. Yeah. In fact, I'm just gonna def abuse, honestly. That'll make things a little easier. Should be safe now if I get everything. I shouldn't have to get everything, but it's okay. Yeah, I haven't really grinded this category recently. It's been all about Gex free 100% for me. Which I'm also going to be running in this marathon. So definitely checked out that run. I prefer that category over this category. Both these categories are very nice though. Gex free 100% is also a lot more punishing. So if you really want to hear me suffer, then definitely check that out. Okay. If I don't get boned out of the collectibles at this ending section, then I'll be good. But I can't always get screwed out of all my collectibles. Alright, I got him. That's umpire strikes out. Alright, up next, well, first after this cutscene, is gonna be the prehistory channel. It's called Pangea 90210. Also features a 1 cycle. Every one of these almost has a TV cancel you go for. This is also an example of how helpful the fire and ice flies are. Without the firefly in this level, this TV cancel is actually frame perfect. But with the firefly, since you're moving much faster, it's not frame perfect at all. You just need to time your tail ups a little bit.
One for me and one for me.
There's plenty more where this came from.
That was interesting.
It's tail time. Eat this.
Not just a gecko, a flaming gecko. On you. Yeah, like that, just time to tail whips.
Marshall, Will, and
Forced dialogue, nice.
on a routine expedition.
It's a long one too, goddamn. That's a good way to lose time. Quote RNG is a very real thing in this run. I like to joke around about any percent being optimized enough to the point where quote RNG actually does matter. Hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, hopefully this game doesn't get optimized more. I'm a horrible speedrunner, as you can painfully see. I'm gonna kill this guy, just for safety. Oh, nice bonk. Looked like the collectible embedded for a bit.
Just getting my kicks started.
Alright, reward remotes here.
It's tail time.
Not reward remote, hidden remote. I always get the two mixed up. Because I'm bad. Get the cider firefly. Want more collectibles here.
I am the god of hellfire. Is it just me, or am I engulfed in flame?
Come on, Gex, don't lose your momentum. Little minor skip coming up to end the level on. Oh, I missed it. Nice. Almost had it. There we go.
I know what you're thinking. It's tail time.
So that's Pangea 90210. Up next is another bonus level, 2 in a row actually. First one's called The Spy Who Loved Himself, which is that one right there. You know, obviously a reference to James Bond, just like how Gex's attire is meant to satirize James Bond as well. It's kind of the vibe they were going for with this hub world, is kind of some sort of like secret agent spy. Whereas in the third game, I guess it's supposed to be Batman. Because, you know, Bat Cave, Gex Cave, you know, references. That's what this game's all about. Corny, dated references. And you gotta love it for that. I am good at video game. Yeah, the main problem with this bonus level is that the depth perception is just really bad in certain places because of how the camera stays in the center, especially there.
I am the last Gecko.
Don't actually need that though, I can miss a collectible and be fine. But I just never really take that into consideration. And yeah, same here, the camera just does not like to cooperate.
Holy static fling, Batman!
Good cycles. Oh, not so much, okay.
Sweet, like candy.
Also, just sharks floating around in midair. Yeah, robotic sharks on top of that. And just like Rez, I guess they're cyborgs. Also, if you're epileptic, then seizure warning coming up right now, because we are going to have a disco party. Gex even changes his outfit. Got the stereotypical disco sweatshirt, you know, popped collar, exposed chest. He has the swag, as the cool kids say. Alright, another bonus level coming up. There's the first hidden level. 4, 8, and 12 gold remotes will unlock these levels, and they'll be at the very end of the run. Nice dialogue cancel. So this is in Dragnet. One of my favorites when it comes to route. Also has some of the best music in the game. Oops. Alright, this badge coming up is kind of tricky to get. Just kinda. Oh, nice. Tail kick too close to the fencing. That's what I get for trying to go fast. The badge. And again, the camera just does not like to cooperate. It's about as optimal as I can get that tail kick at the end.
It's tail time!
That was a good end dragnet, at least. Alright, up next is Circuit Central. You see the TV right there, and I missed it nice. www.com.com. I don't recommend going to that address. Don't know what it could contain nowadays. I guess this is supposed to represent what the developers thought the internet would be in any amount of given time. Which, yeah, I think we all know how that turned out. It's a cool little out of bounds coming up as well. It's also pretty easy to pull off. You just hold upright the entire time. And adjusting once you actually see the section you're trying to land in.
I should have just been a Maytag repairman.
Nice ledge grab. It's also one of the most classic ways to lose time in these games, is ledge grabbing. Sometimes it will save your life, or prevent you from losing even more time. Most of the time, it just wastes your time and is annoying. Oh, nice. I'm gonna def abuse as well, so that damage was actually intentional. Also, hidden remote here. Not so hidden, actually. Alright, I'm gonna let this guy kill me. Come on, please hit me. This is really slow. Alright, there we go. There was a TV right there. I'm gonna not get that now. I'm gonna wait for the next remote to get that.
Forget about it!
Oh, nice. Just getting screwed out of my collectibles. It's kind of a trend in this run. This category as a whole, really. It's especially bad in a level much later on down the line. Another missed collectible. Nice. There's an area with a whole bunch of collectibles a little out of the way. It's kind of only necessary to get for safety purposes, like here where I'm missing a whole bunch of collectibles. Though I might need it regardless. Shouldn't have to get that checkpoint. I can't imagine dying from now until the end of this remote. And yeah, I'm gonna need these. Good now, though. Oh, that's not good. That's better.
Lolly, 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 get your adverts clear.
I don't even need that, I can get the last collectible at the end. But I'd like to be able to do this skip quickly. Normally you're supposed to get all these charges in get these bridges to extend, but you can just tail bounce on this mech, if I could actually do it right.
It's tail time.
And you can skip all that. So just gonna get the Eder remote. You pretty much saw the route earlier, with the exception of the one cycle that this remote has. It's scaled a Bionicle launch tower. That's the name of it. The other one is cross the data bus bridge. Nice ledge grab. Nice camera. At least I didn't tail kick off the edge there.
Ah, Detroit, Pearl of the Orient.
Alright, here's the one cycle I mentioned. I'm gonna try to get to the top with just this one charge. Alright. Nets.com. Up next is the first of two really problematic levels in this run. It's another prehistory channel level. It's called This Old Cave. And kind of the tragic tale of this level is that it's just not that well designed of a level to begin with. But that's what makes it so breakable. This also has a one cycle to go for, and this is a pretty tough one, if I'm being completely honest. So this first TV cancel I'm going for. If my positioning on the button is really precise, then it's not too much of an issue. If it's not really precise, then it will be frame perfect. And I meant to swallow that fly right as I got it, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot.
It's tail time.
I think this is the first time the Ice Fly's made an appearance in this run as well. It's basically just the same properties as the Firefly, but with ice, so I can't touch the lava. But you see these little lava droppings throughout the level. I can just go right through them and I don't lose the power-up for some reason. See, right there. Just went right through it and didn't lose my ice.
Forget about it.
Alright, I got it. That's just the first one, though. I wasn't aware of that. I don't think there's any levels with an Ice Fly where water makes an appearance, at least in your path. Well, actually, no, Samurai Night Fever does, but I've actually never bothered to touch the water there. Also need to be damage abusing. What am I thinking?
Oh, I'll give you such a pinch.
This is for all the angels in heaven.
Get you.
Take my tail.
Could always die to this guy's tail.
I designed this set with you in mind.
Oh, that was some nice spread right there. Alright. So there's the hidden remote. Okay, camera, please cooperate. Alright. So I got the one cycle. Just need to actually finish it up. There's no collectibles there anymore.
Cut! Stunt Gecko! Yeah, tail time. My tail's gonna kick your butt.
I am short on collectibles, though. Come on.
I'll give you such a pinch. I'm invincible.
Oh, that's not so good. It worked out, though.
Tail time.
That was almost an ideal, this old cave.
Tail time.
Basically, just being short on collectibles there is what made it not so ideal. But that's about as good as it'll get, so I'm really happy with how that went.
It's tail time.
Alright, up next is the longest level in the run, Honey, I Shrunk the Gecko. This level also has a really cool skip unique to it coming up real soon. Yeah, real soon. I'm good at English. Alright, so using these boost pads, if I bounce on them, my charge ran out right as I was about to do it. Nice. Gives me a chance to get this guy though. But if I use the boost pad and then charge up to a platform, I bonked. Nice. I get a super tail bounce, as we call it. And I missed those two collectibles because tier upgrades, haha. I'm gonna go get this guy as a backup. And I miss collectible there as well. Yeah, this reward remote route's pretty tight. So I play it really safe. Probably could have tail kicked past that. I don't know.
Say hello to the floor. Forget about it.
Go over here, just for this guy. I can go over here and not take damage, but get this guy's collectibles.
There's plenty more where this
Do I need to get the
came from.
checkpoint here? I think I might. I will. Get up there, Gex. Alright, little minor skip coming up. Just... come on. What? There we go. That's really easy, actually. And there's the hidden remote.
You don't chop, baby, yeah! Gecko chop, baby, yeah!
Don't think I need to get the other mech there. I'll probably regret it.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Under
Yeah, I got everything. I am actually short a bit. Yeah. Not even by much,
A little time now,
but I am short. Get these. Okay, I should be good now. I've wasted a lot of time already, but yeah. So, a little minor skip in this room. Normally you're supposed to charge these steps, but you can just do this instead.
Sweet, like candy.
And skip having to do that. Now I'm over collectible, but again, better than getting here and being under collectible like I was there. I don't know how to phrase that. Under collectible, you know, that's so grammatically good. Grammatically good, yeah. I'm tired. Give me an excuse, please. Anyway, 2 more remotes here. After this cutscene. And another one. Another one. That's that boss there is probably the most recognizable part of this game. Like, everyone seems to remember it. Anyway, now I can go for this level fast. This level is actually really cool when done fast. Especially with this one cycle here. A ton of one cycles in these games. Couldn't do this during the reward remote because of all the collectibles I had to get. And then I fail it! Because of a bonk. Another bonk. And I just failed it. Okay. That's fine. That is perfectly okay, game. I don't know what your problem is, but... like, I have a setup for it, and I do the same thing every time. I'm just not gonna go for that. There's a little minor skip you can do there. It saves about 2 seconds. I'm a little out of practice, though, so I'm not gonna go for it. At least not now. You'll notice for those areas, by the way, in .com, the camera just centered itself, but not in this level. You just have to control the camera yourself. So I'm gonna go the left path at this fork in the road. Thank you, Jay. This room has an annoying skip right here. And I got it. Lost a run to that way back when I was first running any %. It was my first real forage. I don't think that's the right word, but my real first experience with speedrunning.
It's tail time.
And I ran this category and really hated myself. Like, I love Gex 2 and 300%. I think they're great categories, and a lot of people should run them, but they're also really agonizing. So, it's understandable why not many people run them. Well, to be fair, not many people run them because not many people run Gex in general, which is a real shame. If you're watching this, run this game, or Gex 1 or Gex 3. Any of the 3 will do. Again. I don't know what's going on with the super tail bounce tonight.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Yeah, there we go. Alright, so in the N64 version, this remote has a super tail bounce you can do. It's exclusive to that version. It's really precise, and saves about 20 seconds, but as far as we know, it's not possible in this version. So we gotta go through this section here. It's slow and tedious.
It's tail time. It's tail time!
Oh, momentum. Alright, this last room is kinda tough to do fast. Oh, missed it.
I'll give you such a pinch.
Yeah. Just do this instead. It's not too much slower if you do it fast.
It's tail time.
That's Honey, I Shrunk the Gecko. Finally out of that level. Up next is the PS1 exclusive level, Poltergex. The last Scream TV level to run. So these first two remotes are pretty fun and really quick. I'm just gonna get them out of the way first. Don't really have a reason why I do these first. I'm just used to it at this point, I guess. Miss the lamp chandelier.
When did we enlist?
Icefly, which will be used very frequently throughout this level. By the way, the power-ups also prevent certain kinds of damage from being dealt to you. Alright. Now, this final room here, the camera loves to just spaz out, as you're seeing right here. Only real consistent fix to that is to pause and change the camera and then change it back, but even then that didn't work. Also lags a lot. That ending section was good, aside from having the camera just not cooperate there.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Alright, the other red remote that doesn't include any silver remotes in this level. For the first bit of this remote, it's going to be the same exact path. This remote also features one of the best skips in this game. It's coming up real soon. So, if I can actually bounce on the blood cooler. And actually bounce up there as well. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. That's not the skip I was talking about, though. This is. Just tail bounce on the store, and that is an incredibly free trick that saves about 40 seconds. It's kind of baffling how easy it is, considering how much time it saves. Alright, and up next, you remember in Smellraiser there was the Smash 5 blood coolers remote? Well, now there's 8 blood coolers here. This has one of my favorite routes in the entire run. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to go down there, I'm supposed to go up here. Yeah. Great route that I can't even remember. Alright, I'm gonna get these skulls around the flaming skull first, because they would disappear completely if I didn't get the tier upgrade by then. Alright, this skip coming up sucks. So, you remember that last skip? Incredibly free, saves a bunch of time. This skip is really hard and doesn't save that much time. And, you know, starting off with a bonk is a great sign. It's even worse when the camera just makes it harder. Got it. That is actually really difficult. So, glad I got it in a reasonable amount of tries. Lost my Icefly. Normally I would just tail kick straight here, but lost the Icefly, so I didn't want to risk it. Open that up. It just has some collectibles there. Does waste a bit of time, but safety. This one I do need to open up, though, for the hidden remote. And again, this is a... Remember all the floating furniture? This is just a room with a circle of floating furniture. Oops. Come on.
It's tail
Hidden remote that's not so hidden. Okay.
Pardon my tongue, darling.
I'm just gonna go back here a bit. It's here. I remember this area. I'd like this, please. It was a lot sloppier than I would have liked. Just like that, yeah. Okay, gang. Yeah. It can be kind of hard to aim your tail kicks if you're not using the camera and directly behind, and the camera isn't directly behind Gex.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Last tier. That's what I meant by collectibles disappearing. You get a tier upgrade, by the way. Go here. Another ice fly, which I'll get. I'll wait to swallow it.
Believe me, you smell like
The
I
masks. Thank you. I'm gonna do the skip again because up in this room has a Chucky doll, and they are very valuable.
That's for 12 years of full house.
Come on. Camera. Alright. That little skull there will be the final source of collectibles. It's pretty good poltergeist safe strats considered. Or safe routing, rather. I guess they are also safe strats. Alright, up next is Mecha Res. Like I said, probably the most memorable boss from this game. It's a Godzilla parody.
Ultimate creation, Mecha Res.
The game being darker, that's just my capture card not cooperating well with this game. The same happens with Gex Free, and it's especially bad in the Screen TV levels where it does get darker than normal. But yeah, that's on my end. There's not much I can really do about it. I can increase the brightness, but that just messes with the saturation. So it's not much of a viable solution either. So when Mecha Res is on the ground, I try going for these quick shots. I keep missing them though. Almost. Can't get him. And I missed that. Nice. Should have waited to hit that res with just one right on it. Alright, I finally got a quick shot. Took long enough. And I miss. Nice. Yeah, just stay over here. I'm not gonna be able to make it to res in time. Which one are you gonna go on here? Okay. Alright, these last hits I'm gonna damage abuse on because I will not be able to hit res while he charges. Cannot make a single quick shot. That's Mecha Res. That was really slow. Missed nearly every attempted quick shot. Alright, up next is a Kung Fu feeder level. It's called Mao Seitong. This is one of the harder levels in the run, actually, because the reward amount... Oh my god, I keep slurring my words and mixing words up. I guess I'm just tired. Not that tired, though. But the reward remote route is pretty tricky here because of all the levels here. Again, I can't speak. With all the enemies here, there's a chance that if you're not careful, they can just go flying off ledges and you'll be completely screwed out of your collectibles. So I'm gonna play it really safe. Normally I wouldn't get this guy, but he's right at the beginning. Why not? Oh, almost had that. It's okay. Camera. Go up here. There's a few collectibles up here. And more importantly, the hidden remote.
It's tail time!
I'm not actually going to go in that door because there's nothing of value in that room, and nice bonk. Instead, I'll just use this chopstick repair sign to bounce up here, and skip that room. Hello, Mahi.
Oh yeah, it's tail time.
Yeah, normally wouldn't get these, but want to play it safe.
Oh yeah, it's tail time.
You can't hit them immediately after they fall, so I just get the other one while I wait. Just zip lines everywhere.
Gecko chop, baby!
Oh, nice. Just go right through the corner.
Oh, great. The
Nice
dream
little...
sequence from Brazil again.
Just love the ninjas in this level, that's all I can really say. Alright, last room. Well, second to last room, actually, but it's the last room where anything really happens. There's this little gauntlet with all these ninjas you have to kill. You could actually skip it entirely, but we need the collectibles. I won't get all of them, though. I don't need all of them at this point, and even then, like, you don't want the cutscene playing after you kill the final one.
Must regain balance.
Oh, come on, get away from me. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. You can't even get his collectibles because they just disappear because of the cutscene. This dragon, I don't want to die here, so I'm gonna play it safe. You gotta space out your shots on the cannon so you can get the dual hits quickly. You can get the dual hits even when the dragon's really small, but it's hard.
I seek water.
I think I'm good on collectibles. I can just go straight in here. I don't have to get any of the collectibles out there. Yeah, I'm good.
It's tail time. It's tail
So yeah,
time.
one more remote here. And also a cutscene. These bonus levels I'll tackle later.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, the dragon is really weird and a little glitchy. Not much to really say about this level. There is a skip you can do on the other path. There is this little tightrope, complete with an awning that you can jump up towards, and obviously I didn't want that to happen. It's a 4-frame jump and then an incredibly precise tail kick. Obviously I don't go for it just because of how difficult it is, but it does save a bit of time. I go for it in any percent because, you know, I don't have to worry about collectibles or silver emotes or whatnot. Because, like, I'm gonna have to get both remotes either way, so why not? But here, you know, silver remotes kind of not worth going for. Alright, last room coming up. This remote, I believe, is called Traverse the Towering Pillars, and here are the towering
This
pillars
is going
in
to be
question.
one expensive Easter egg hunt.
Interesting thing about here is that on that climbable wall, when you jump up to it, or bounce up to it or whatever, using the boost pad, for some reason you just can't touch it and land on it and climb it the first time. Second try, at the very least. Don't know why that is. Anyway, up next is the first level with only one red remote. This level is meant to pair alongside the final boss. We're not going to do the final boss now, but we will do this level now. And yes, it is optimal because of the silver remotes and when they unlock bonus levels. So this is probably the most linear level of the run. Off to a great start as well. There's a decent amount of damage abuses in this level as well, so taking damage is not very good. Alright. This room is RNG, actually.
Welcome to the only
Like,
thing more evil than IRL.
in the order you're supposed to hit those pads changes. And it's random which order they're in. Don't know why, but what can you do? So like I mentioned, a lot of damage abuses right there. Robot's not gonna cooperate. So, yeah. I already messed up with this because, you know, I was hoping for the robot, but there's a robot that can descend down here. It's dependent on your camera, actually. I just messed it up. But you can use him to bounce up here and skip that, and it saves a bit of time. If it's quick enough, that is. These are slow.
The old five-finger death.
This is that robot in question. I think I could have made that cycle had I not went back for the collectible. Alright, coming up is the best part of the run.
So,
Grinding.
this is where they decided to change
It's actually
code.
just more convenient and faster to grind for collectibles, assuming you can do it fast enough. Sometimes the robots don't cooperate. Like they really aren't right now. And seizure warning, I guess. For some reason, this game likes its disco. You know, the theme of this marathon is the 80s and disco is the 70s. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going until the tier upgrade.
Forget about it.
So I'm gonna get this fly just to use it up. It's okay. Shouldn't be too much of an issue missing that. Alright. I'm just gonna death abuse just to get my health back. Shouldn't have to do that. It is slower, but safety. That room went pretty well. Oh, camera. Camera! Barely late on that cycle. And I didn't move the camera here early enough.
It's tail time.
It's
I
no
know what
weddings
you're
and a
thinking.
funeral.
It's tail time.
I don't think I actually mentioned the level name, but yeah, that's what it's called. That bonus level I'm going to tackle right now. It's called Bugged Out. And I'm going to get to it with a really cool tail kick. Exciting, right? This is button. So this one, you have this cog that you have to keep spinning to get these bugs out, and you whack them for collectibles. It's very repetitive. And I keep missing bugs.
There's plenty more where this came from. Stay hell out of the floor.
Oh, that ledge grab just wasted a lot of time. Yeah, couldn't get as many bugs as I could have because of that ledge grab.
Party time! Gecko chops, baby! Taste my tail! It's tail time! That's what I call getting some tail.
Okay. Up next is the worst level of the run. So, intertwined with this level's reward remote route is a frame-perfect TV cancel. And I'm gonna go for it because I'm crazy. It's another Kung Fu Theater level. It's called Samurai Night Fever, which is actually not the first time Gex has used that reference. It was also used in the first game, with a level called Res Night Fever. For some reason, this area doesn't like you tail kicking.
Move like a butterfly, sting like a gecko.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose this fly. Doesn't really matter when I swallow it. Here's a decently well-hidden silver remote.
Tail time!
You should definitely play it. They're good games. Kind of a relic of their time and a little dated with all of the references, but they're fun games nonetheless. Quintessential B platformers, as some people would probably call them. And that ninja just decided to fly off the ledge so I can get his collectibles. That's nice.
You don't match the carpet, and you have to go.
Alright, it's coming up. Oh, okay, that was scary. I'm used to having the ice fly here. Ice power. Is Gex British? I mean, he's voiced by an American, at least in this version. If you play the PAL version, then yes, he is. Okay, here it is.
Oh, we're short round when you need.
I got it!
Prepare to abandon ship.
Okay, that's actually just the most amazing feeling to get that in a run, let alone a marathon. That's the harder version of the swing jump. Did I just get it first try? I thought I could make that. That's okay. I'll just take the safer swing jump.
Nothing, see? You're nothing.
A little too late on the cycle. I get a frame-perfect trick, and then I fail the easy parts.
I'll beat this level, but in an hour I'll be hungry for another.
Okay, is the ninja gonna help me here? Nope. Oh, okay, never mind, it did. Yeah, that can happen. And it does save time. Am I good on collectibles even? I think I am. Yeah, I should be. Yep. I don't recommend the PAL version simply because it's so slow. Like, the PAL version is just unbearable with how slow it is. Because it's the game running at 5/6 the speed of the NTSC version because of frame rate differences in TV signals. So I wouldn't recommend the PAL version. One more remote. You actually can't get this remote unless you've done the other two. Or hit their gongs right beside the other two remotes, but you don't have to hit them, you can just do the remotes, and you gain access to this one. This also has a cool skip. Normally you're supposed to ride this platform here, but you can instead just go on top of it, tail kick off of it, and skip a really hard section, actually.
That's not a mistake.
Like, I'm glad that exists, because doing this the intended way, doing it fast is really annoying, because it's just damage abuse after damage abuse, and eventually you're left with just one hit point left.
It's tail time.
Yeah, I have pretty limited experience with the PC port, but it is pretty unstable. Anyway, next Rocket Channel level, this one features a 1 cycle. Also more ice fly action here. Probably should have gotten those, but I don't necessarily need them. I mean, even if it is just for a casual playthrough, it's just unbearable once you've watched the NTSC version.
It's tail time.
Ledge grab. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, game. Oh, I'm gonna get this now for safety. Also, hidden remote, right?
It's tail time.
Like that, thank you. Camera-based cycle you can manipulate. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. Thought I was gonna die there, and if I were to die, that would have lost a ton of time. Why am I in space? That's a good question. Oh, I'm not gonna make that. I'll get these just to be safe.
Tail time.
That's better.
Two to beam up.
Another ice fly.
I gotta move.
You can use that UFO to skip this next section, but it's really hard.
Oh, fill her up with unleaded, please.
Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, that camera angle is not good. Like, that really messes with the TV cancel. And it's not gonna give me a good camera angle. That's fine. Get out of there. Yeah, I don't like this. I think I got it? I can't hear on my TV, I have it muted. I can check after this remote, though. The ice fly is not faster for this remote. This remote's just too short, so it's actually slower, funny enough. Although I might be under collectible, so... There's one here, though, that we get.
Take that, fire stooge.
Also, I'm good on collectibles.
Why, you? I'll flatterize you. Wow.
Alright, this slope jump coming up is pretty tricky. At least I have a bad track record of getting it. And I got it.
It's tail time.
Alright, I did get it. Yeah, someone else was able to predict it. And that's why I did no weddings and a funeral first, because this bonus level would not appear here, and it's right in front of me.
It's tail time.
So yeah, up next are just a bunch of bonus levels. We got all the main levels out of the way. Wrong way. Get the battery, Gex. Just go up, arrow. Ha, how clever. Guess he needs, I don't know, maybe his remote uses 9-volt batteries? I don't know why a remote control would use those, but it's my only guess.
It's tail time.
'Cause, I mean, Gex isn't just an ordinary Gecko, he's a TV-addicted Gecko. Alright, maybe that, you know. Maybe Gex just wants to relive his inner childhood. You know, his inner childhood is coming out, and it hurts. It's a quote in this game, haha. So I'm gonna get the bonus levels in the third area of the media dimension. The first one of which is called Trouble in Uranus, because it was the 90s. Uranus jokes were a lot more acceptable and considered funny.
It's tail time.
This is one I have a habit of forgetting one of the collectibles on, so hopefully I won't do that again. Also, kind of a little troubling because it's very easy to die here, and if you die in a bonus level, then you just get sent back to the media dimension.
3 more and I have the whole set.
Oops. This is the one I always miss.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Yeah. And you get sucked into the media dimension on top of that, where your life will be surrounded by TV references.
Forget about it.
That was a good Trouble in Uranus, though. Up next is another joke in the similar vein. It's called I Got the Reruns. This one actually makes sense, though, because it fits with the whole TV theme. Also, I went to the wrong one. I should have done that while I could have, but oh well. I always forget which one's which for some reason. This one also has 99 collectibles, by far the most of any bonus level. Get that.
On it.
Oops. That was almost really bad.
Need it, need it, need it.
So yeah, that was a good level. It's just the overworld movement cost me time. Alright, now is that other bonus level, Wizard in a China Shop. This has a pretty tight cycle I want to make as well. Okay.
It's hail time!
Not that boat. You can't make that boat in this version. You can in the N64 version, though. Alright. This is the cycle I was talking about, and I'm probably gonna miss it because of that. And definitely that. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I wanted to make that same boat I was just on. I didn't have my momentum. Okay, that's something.
Now that's what I call getting some tail.
Nice mic bump there. Alright, I guess I got another shot at the cycle skip. Not really skip, it's just catching the same cycle I was on. The way momentum works in this game, I never mention it, but it is actually really important. You start off walking slowly, and then after about half a second of walking, you move faster, and you can do higher tail kicks as well as higher tail bounces as well as tail kick.
What's hard, getting through this level or divvying up a check?
Missed it. Yeah, it's a pretty tight cycle to make. Yeah, this is a pretty dangerous bonus level as well. That doesn't really save any time, but it looks cool, even though it's pretty dangerous.
It's tail time!
Alright, I'm gonna fall up the media dimension, go back to the first area, and tackle this bonus level I unlocked a long time ago called Thursday the 12th. It's actually probably my... no, not probably, it is my favorite level name in this game. And in all of Gex, actually. It's also a maze. Who doesn't love mazes?
FedEx for Roger Corman. Welcome to Under This Old House. Licking my way to the top. Wow.
That was a good Thursday to 12th, though. Okay. Coming up next is one of the biggest skips in this entire run. So I'm going to tackle these three levels. The first is called Texas Chainsaw Manicure. And it has an out of bounds that saves about 2 minutes or so. Kia in the chat is the one who found it, by the way. So props to him for finding one of the most annoying, but also one of the most useful skips in this run. Like, 2 minutes is a really big deal, so... But it is a pretty tough out of bounds.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna kill this guy, just so he doesn't damage me in case I keep falling down. The little Frankenstein monster thing. So you kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to do, just trying to glitch through this corner here. Okay.
the Imperial
All
would never
right.
follow us into a floating furnace.
Now,
deal.
the thing about this skip is that when going back in bounds, there are some axes down below, and if you hit them by accident while still out of bounds, you hard lock, well, soft lock the game. I consider it a hard lock though, because your only option at that point is to reset the console. What happens is, you lose all of your momentum, so you cannot move around, you're just stuck falling. The level will just keep looping, so you will not die. You will not go back in bounds at that point either. And you cannot leave the level by pausing, because the way this game works is that if you're moving and you pause, you cannot exit the level. So if that happens, your only option is to reset. So up next, Lava Dabadoo. None of these levels have silver remotes, by the way. It's just a straight shot to the red remotes. Oops. Oh, almost made that. Nice ledge grab. Didn't save time, didn't lose time, it's just there. It's a ledge grab. Didn't really want to do that, but okay. So I'll just get this and save. Also coming up is another amazing skip. So you do that, and it saves about a minute. I'm gonna get this checkpoint for safety. It doesn't lose time to get it, so why not? Yeah, it's really important I don't take damage in this level because of this section. A lot of not death abuses, damage abuses. Oh, nice. Okay, take two. Too early or late, whichever one. I could have either done it earlier or later.
You mean I'm not 99.9% clean?
Oh, I did not want that to happen. Oh no. It's okay. Still, you know, want all the health I can get. Almost died there. It's Lava Dabadoo. One more level, and then the final boss. This secret level has 2 red remotes. And also features 1 more TV cancel.
It's tail time.
It's also worth noting that I'm 3 minutes ahead of my best marathon run in this category. But, you know, the final boss can always change that. So you know anything about this game, particularly runs of it, then you know about res in this game.
Whoa!
It's just this field of TVs. Because, you know, TVs, that's what this game's based around, television. Ah, I didn't get it. That's okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would be too useful for a run, but it's cool nonetheless.
It's tail time.
It's kind of the problem with finding glitches in a lot of games, that there's going to be a lot of really cool glitches that have no use in a run. Like, there's one in particular in Gecko that has 0 use in a run, but another problem is you can't really show it off in like a marathon, just like showcase glitches or whatnot, because it takes so long to set up. But it is really cool nonetheless. It shows a debug room in one of the levels. can actually do this part somewhat fast. And even then, I kind of botched it. This brain can damage you, so I'm not going to go to the TV immediately, because, you know, 1 HP.
Tail time.
And yeah. Kia is like a resident glitch hunter for these games. So, yep, that's everything. Just one more gold remote from the final boss. And what a final boss it is. So, this run, this game in particular, hasn't had any major RNG elements to it. There's the quotes, which can make a difference, but that's really minor. This boss is an RNG shitfest. There's no better way to describe it. It's just RNG, and it's right at the end, so it's even better.
Finally met your match, young wizard.
But, this can sub 2 if I get perfect RNG. It probably won't get sub 2, but it can. Gonna get this fly for safety. Alright, so there's two phases to Rez. The first one, he'll just charge at you. You'll just want to aim him towards the center, and he'll take damage.
You stole an everlasting
There's this little TV here you can just stand on. Rez cannot hit you from it, and it's also a good lag reduction strat. So I'll just go back to it. Oops. Rez can't hit you here, and it does really help in reducing lag, because this level can be really laggy. Alright, here's the RNG part. So there's going to be these buttons that come down, and Rez will slam his fist down. You have to do it 3 times. The first time, he'll slam his fist down 3 times, then twice, and then the last hit, he'll only do it once. So, time will be when he hits the final button, which could be real soon, and it could be theoretically forever. It's one of those games. That's not ideal, but it's not a huge problem. Oh yeah, Rez also has terrible hitbox. There's an emote in my FFZ list. It's called Andy Gavind. If there is any time to spam that emote, it is right now. Okay, I'm surprised that counted. Okay. Last hit, time will be when he slams the button down, so get ready. Hopefully. It's called Andy Gavind. Okay, sub 2, I think can still happen. That's it, Andy Gavind. Because Andy Gavind is the king of terrible hitboxes. Time! Oh my god. I got sub 2 in a marathon. Oh man. Oh my god.
Gex, it is me, your father.
Yeah, right. How can you be my father?
So, the ending here, Rez just pulls a Star Wars reference out of his ass, says he's Gex's father, even though Gex's actual father died in a NASA explosion according to the first game. And Gex just rejects him and shuts the TV off, which is kinda dark if you really think about it.
I'll do anything. I know Tarantino's Gardner's fiancé. I could probably get you a meeting.
Okay then, Dad. How's about we forget all this and go play catch in the yard?
And then, how do I explain this? Okay, you know how everyone gives crap to Sonic for their, showcasing of bestiality. Well, this is where it comes from. And, here, instead of just coming up with their own character, just some random girl for Gex to bone, they use Nikki from Pandemonium. And, here's your proof that this is a 100% speedrun, by the way. But, yeah, that's Gex 2, 100%. Just want to give a quick shout-out to the Gex community. Some wonderful people. We're a small but dedicated community, and we are always eager to see people run these games. So, please run these games, that's all I can really say. We'll help you all the way. But up next is another run of mine. I have to do V6, no telejumping.
Hola chicos, ahora yo tengo